Okay, this problem. So we have seen how to add array elements, odd and even. So next problem is wealthy landlord problem. So here the question is very simple. Shyamlal, a wealthy landlord, is having some parcel of land and he sells his land to few farmers. So this is the overall land possessed by Shyamlal. In the question they gave, the total land is split into 1000 by 1000 equal square blocks. So this total parcel of land he is selling to few other farmers. But unfortunately, farmer A received this portion, and the farmer B is receiving this portion where there is some overlapping between A and B. Likewise, farmer C is also sold some parcel of land which overlaps with both A and B. So here, whatever the land he sold to farmer, it is marked in terms of coordinates, Cartesian coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2. So it's like lower corner of the rectangle, upper corner of the rectangle. So now we have got two tasks. One, how to represent the entire land in matrix format, and how to represent this particular piece of land sold in the same rectangle. That is 2D array. So now let's get into coding. So I'm going to introduce an integer array to represent the total piece of land. So here let us assume the total piece of land size is 9. For example, as an example we are having. Apart from that, we also introduce x1, y1 lower corners of the rectangle, x2, y2 upper corners of the rectangle, and then cost. So now, as usual, using for loop, let us initialize the array into 0 values. Integer I equal to 0, I less than 9, I plus plus. Again, for loop, integer j equal to 0, j less than 9, j plus plus. So initialization, so array arr of I j equal to 0. So I have initialized the complete array. All elements are assigned as 0. And now let us see if we have assigned appropriately and all values are properly recorded. So printf mod d. Here let me put some space for each element, comma array of I comma j. So printf, and as usual in case of two-dimensional array, after each row I have to move on to next line. So /n. Now let us print some message. Printf landlord initial unsold land. Unsold land. Okay, /n. It also I put some /n new line. So now let us see, initially is unsold, where the issue comes. So here you can see that the initial unsold land is represented as a matrix of 10 by 10 size, 10 rows and 10 columns. Sorry, 9 rows and 9 columns. Matrix size is 9. Okay, then how do we indicate a particular rectangular piece parcel is sold? Now let us ask for the values. Printf, once again I am giving printf Enter the coordinates of land sold to farmer 1. Enter the coordinates of land sold to farmer 1. So first farmer. Now make use of scanf to receive all those values. Since we have four values x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay. I need mod d, mod d, mod d, mod d. Four values and record these four values here. So address of x1, address of y1, address of x2, address of y2. So we have got the values, but how do we indicate those specific corners are sold here? Okay, say for example, before getting into actual working part, we can say assume that array of 3, 4 is sold. So I mark that as flag. I put some marking as 1. Array of 3, that is fifth plot. Like that, fourth row, fifth plot, I am marking 1. Whatever the plots I sold, I am just marking it as 1. 3, 3, 6 equal to 1. So these three plots I have sold. Now I have to print if these three plots are actually allotted some value or not. So let us go to again print of same printf I am using now. Initial unsold land from landlord plot sold to farmer. Since we are used to the same printf, let us see if this is running correctly. Enter the coordinates of landlord sold to. Okay, let us enter some values which we have not used anywhere. Okay, but here you can see that these three values are equal to 1 because 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, which means index 3 is the fourth row. So this is 0th index, first index, second and third index. So index 3, 4, 5, 6, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth value, sixth value, seventh value, seventh element. So 4, 5, 6 means 5, 6, 7 elements. So these elements are assigned, manually assigned the value. But this is a tedious process. I already add the value of x1, y1, lower two coordinates x2, y2, which means that x1 to x2 horizontal straight line, y1 to y2 vertical straight line. So instead of putting I equal to 0, I put I equal to x1, I less than x2. Likewise, j equal to y1, j less than y2. Okay, y2. And I change some changes over here. Anyway, instead of this printf, array of ij equal to 1. So for those selected values of ij, I assign value 1. For those selected means I value ranging from x1 to x2, j value ranging from y1 to y2. So upper bound and lower bound. Now this is the part assignment part. Okay. Now let us make use of same printf statement. Landlord lot sold initially. Okay, now I am going to print everything. So let us see if this is running correctly. Enter. So this is the initial unsold land. Everywhere we have got 0. Now I am going to enter coordinates. So let us say 2 comma 2, that is somewhere here, approximately somewhere here, 2 comma 2 up to here, say 8 comma 8. Check if all those values are marked as 1. Yes. So from here to here, you can see that from that particular index 2 to index 8. So all values are marked as 1. So this is the parcel of land sold to farmer 1. So this is the basic logic which we are going to use for our problem. But now next question, how to register the cost? How to say if two farmers are sold the same land? So now I am going to repeat the same concept completely. Now let us go for farmer 1 part is completed here. Okay, farmer 1 part is completed here. Farmer 1. Now I have to go to farmer 2. So second farmer again repeatedly asking for the same scanf, same thing, and then sold instead of initially, sold later. Okay, landlord part sold later. Okay, now after selling initially, this particular rectangular part is marked as 1 comma 1. And now let us see if the second plot is also sold. But now what I am going to do is, instead of, since to find if there are any overlapping, I have to check array of ij equal to array of ij plus 1. So this is to ensure that if old value is already 1, I have to add additional 1 to check for overlapping. Let us run this fellow, enter coordinates of farmer 1, say 2, 2, 6, 6. I have entered. So this is the piece of land sold to farmer 1. Now let us put, let us give some overlapping 5, 5, 8, 8. So there is some overlapping. Yeah, here you can see this corner is overlapping. Okay, because here this is going up to 6, this is starting from 5. If you want to get more overlapping, 2, 2, 6, 6, farmer 1. Farmer 2, I start from 4, 4, 7, 7. So lower upper corner. So here there is more amount of overlapping. Likewise, you can go for farmer 3, but instead of going to repeat the same block for every farmer, I put entirely everything into a for loop. All the 3 farmers I put inside a for loop starting from here. So for integer, say farmer integer farmer equal to 0, variable name itself I put farmer less than 3 less than 3 farmer plus plus. So there are 3 farmers. So this entire block I put inside this curly brace. So there are 3 farmers and there will be 3 times the same thing will be running. Let us check. Initial unsold is 00, coordinates of farmer 1. So let us put these are the coordinates. So those coordinates are mentioned here. So farmer 2 I put coordinates as 3377. So farmer 2 purchased more amount of land. Farmer next to farmer. Let me put some overlapping over there. 6 6. There is no overlapping between farmer 1 and farmer 2. What happened? Yes. For since we are putting everything inside the loop, what we have to do is farmer 1. So array of ij equal to array of ij plus 1, old value plus new value. We should not overwrite the values, old value plus new value. So again starting from topmost corner to fourth one, topmost corner to fourth one. Coordinate 2. So 2 2 6 6. Here you can see there is a overlapping and we are actually adding. Instead of simply assigning array of ij equal to 1, I add array of ij plus 1 because old value, whatever the old value, that is getting added. If it is already sold, it is marked as 1 1 over here, these 4 values. And now the same 4 values are added. And now we have to enter for farmer 3. So let me put 2 2 7 7. There is a huge overlapping. So the same parcel which was sold to farmer 1, here this one number 1 is overlapping with farmer 2, is also overlapping with farmer 3. So the number is incremented. So wherever 0 is there in our matrix, the land is unsold. If there is a value of 1, it is sold to one single farmer without any overlapping. If there is a number of 2, it means 2 farmers, the land is overlapping. If it is 3, then 3 farmers. So this is how we are mapping the total land sold to the farmer. And now cost part. So cost part also can be handled in the same manner. Say let me put where we are introducing cost. This is initialization. Printf initial unsold land I am just removing for clarity since we have dealt in detail. Enter the coordinates unsold land to farmer 1. So instead of farmer I put mod d comma farmer, so that farmer 1 2 3 will be based on this iteration. Scanf. So coordinates of land sold to farmer and cost of land. So let me put cost of land. So here additional variable mod d comma cost. So cost also I am getting from the input. So now when we have this land array, for cost also we need to have one more array. So let me put cost array of same size 9, cost arrays of same size 9. So along with this array fellow, I am also adding cost array of I j equal to cost array I j plus cost. So instead of 1, whether I sold or not, for that I make use of 1, but actual cost has to be added in this cost array. Clear? So cost array of size 9 by 9. So cost array is also here. Now let us initialize cost array. Cost array of I j. Initially cost is also 0. No land is sold, so cost array is 0. Cost array 0. So now cost array is another array which indicates the cost of land sold to the farmer. So now farmer 1, the cost array is also updated. Landlord plot sold. And now let me make use of same for loop to print the cost array. Okay, same for loop to print cost array. So for cost array, for integer I equal to 0, same thing. So here I put cost array of I comma j. So let us check if this fellow works. Printf landlord plot sold initially cost value. Okay, so now let us run. Enter coordinates cost of land. Say once again starting from 0 0 3 3 and the cost is 5 rupees. Why segmentation fault? Yes, somewhere we made. Cost array of ij plus cost value. Yeah, cost value we have to initialize as 0. Cost array. So cost, we have to include old cost to the new cost. That's why it's giving some error. Let me put the number of farmers as say 1. Okay, 2. 5 5. Cost of land is 10 rupees. Once again segmentation fault. Why? Integer array 99, cost array 99, integer x1 y1, cost equal to 0. So cost array is also initialized to 0 ij farmer. So here address of cost is to be there. So coordinates of farmer 1 and the cost of land is 10. So here you can see this parcel of land is sold and that parcel of land value is also printed in another array. And now for second farmer, let me start from 2 2 and then 6 6 and again cost of land is 10 rupees. Now what happened? So wherever it is overlapping, we have value of 2 and same wherever it is overlapping, cost of land is also added to 20. So now code execution successful. We have completed 2 for loops, right? So now all these prints, so you understood the basic concept. If finally, if the value is 0, the land is unsold. If the values are equal to 1, it is sold to only one farmer. If the value is more than 1, it is sold to more than one farmer. Very simple. So now, how to find out only the amount to be returned? So now let us go to the final part. Amount to be returned. Amount to be returned. So in case of for amount to be returned, once again let us go with the same for loop. I'm making use of same for loop for integer I equal to 0, I less than 9, I plus plus, j equal to 0. So now I have to check if array of I, j value is greater than 0, sorry, greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, it means that we have sold the land to more than one farmer. So in that case, total equal to cost array of I. For those specific ij values only, it will add ij. So here there is no need for print because we are not outputting anything, we are simply calculating. Finally, printf total cost to be returned equal to mod d comma total. Whatever the total we have calculated, that we are going to print. Total where cost equal to 0. So we need to introduce total equal to 0. Enter coordinates of land sold to farmer 1, index 0 to index 4, cost 10 rupees. For farmer, next to farmer, there is some overlapping 2266, again cost 10. Total cost to be returned is 20. Total equal to total plus. So now the logic has to be, the total must be accumulated. So now you can see 0, 0, 4, 4, 10 rupees. So 2, 2, 6, 6, again 10 rupees. So the overlapping land is this particular piece of land. So here 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. So this total amount is to be returned rupees. So this is the complete logic for this problem.